Hey, what's cracking, everybody? On today's video, it's going to be another tutorial. And this tutorial is going to be on creating the look that I have on this desktop that I got showing right here. Now, just from looking at the screen right now, would you be able to guess what a desktop environment this is? I'll let you pause the video so you can try to see what a desktop environment this is. So let me right click the panel, nothing happens. Let me right click the screen, and you can see we have a little menu right here. Let me open up the menu launcher here just to give you some clues. See if you can guess what desktop environment it is. All right, I'll go ahead and let you see right here. We are in fact running the Cinnamon desktop environment. All right, so in this video, I'm gonna show you how you can theme it like this, and just give it a new look than the regular Cinnamon desktop that we're all used to. So to give it this look, I'm gonna show you this video how to do it. Because the panel we're using is not the Cinnamon panel. The menu we're using is not the menu for Cinnamon. Pretty much the only thing that is just the background and the guts of Cinnamon. So, right here, if I open up the system settings, it'll open up the settings for your Cinnamon desktop. And to do the logout. If you saw yesterday's video, then you already know which menu I'm using, because it's one of my favorite hacks that I like to use a lot of times. And this is in fact the whisker menu for XFCE 4 that I'm using right here with Cinnamon. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I got all this set up and the way I set it up and how I got the theme to look. Pretty much everything that you see in the video, I'm going to show you in this tutorial. So let's get a fresh installation with the Cinnamon desktop environment so we can see the normal way it looks, and then we'll transfer it and convert it into this look right here. All right, so hang tight here. Okay, so I got a fresh install of Cinnamon here through LinuxHub Prime, and you can see this is the standard way that it looks out of the box. So we're gonna do all the changes that I did to make it look like we saw earlier. So one of the first things I want to do is I want to install what I need to make it look the way it's going to look. So I'm just going to type install, and it's going to be the XFCE 4 panel, the XFCE 4 whisker menu, and Tint2. I think these are the only programs I need to install to make it all look the way I made it look. So I'll just go ahead and install these, give it the password, and let it go through the installation. All right, so that's installed. So for now, what do I want to start? I want to start the XFCE 4 panel. That way we get the editing going. All right, so we got the panel on the top, and we should have another panel right here on the bottom. So you can see that. Let me go ahead and edit this, but let me close this for now. I don't need that up right now. Let me go ahead and edit the panel. So on the panel preferences, I'm going to go to panel 2, and I'm just going to delete that from the gate. And that'll delete the panel that was on the bottom right here. All right, now I'm going to go to my items, and I'm just going to remove all of these items. It's kind of the same thing that I did on yesterday's video with the Hyperland version, but this one, I'm going to make it more streamlined so you can see everything in action and give it a smooth look. All right, so now I'm just going to add the whisker menu, and I can close that. And on the whisker menu, which is this right here, you can see it open up. This is the standard XFCE 4 whisker menu. All right, but you can see right now everything's on the top, but we are going to change that. All right, let's see. Let me open up the terminal again. And I can go ahead and exit this now. Or I could just close it. It is going to close the panel because I didn't use the screen. So what I'll do now is I'll just type screen, XFCE 4 panel, just to bring it back up. All right, now I can close the terminal with no problems. And it'll stay up now. All right, so we got the whisker menu right here all set up, so that's fine. All right, so now some functions with the whisker menu. So if I open up the regular cinnamon menu, you have your power menu right here and other things like that. So I need to edit those and add those to the whisker menu. So in the whisker menu, these are blanked out right now because they don't do anything. So let's go ahead and fix that. So I'll go to panel preferences, go back to items, select whisker menu, and then I'm gonna use the edit function. And right here on appearance, position categories to the left, on behavior, I'm gonna switch by hovering, and on commands. So the settings, it's gonna be cinnamon settings. So that should open up the cinnamon settings now. And it does. Right? That's one step out of the way. Let's see. For the log out, I believe it's a cinnamon session quit. And it's power. I think that's what it is. Okay, no, that didn't do it. So let me just open up a web browser and cinnamon power, bringing them shutdown menu via command line. That's what I'm looking for. This is it. Cinnamon session quit, power off. All right, so I'll go ahead and bring that back down, and I'll add that right here. So now when I click on it, it should open up the power menu, and it does. It's kind of hard to see because of the theming right now, the way the theming's set up. So the lock screen, I'll just go ahead and remove that. I don't need that. You can go ahead and close that. Now it's time to do some trickery. Basically, I'm done with the cinnamon panel itself. But before I shut it down, let me open up the Tint2 menu. All right, and that should be under here. You just can't see it right now. So I'll go ahead and close the terminal. And let me go ahead and remove this panel. So remove and say no. So now we got the Tint2 panel that's under here. So now that's all in play now. All right, so now we need to edit the Tint2 menu. So if I go back through here, I want to change the display, bring it down like that. And on the appearance, I want it to basically disappear. And go back to lock. That way I can grab it and bring it all the way to the bottom. Okay, so the panel is actually down here now. Even though you can't see it, it's down there now. So I can go ahead and close this. And now it's time to do some editing to the panel itself. All right, so give this a little time to open up, and it's opened up now. I don't need that. So I'm gonna go to panel. I'm gonna make it smaller. Let me see how that looks. That'll work. That works for me. And I want to give it the effect like it's floating. So I'm gonna go to panel right here. And on the border color, I want that to be completely blank. And then the border width, I'm gonna give it a width of 2. The quarter radius, I'm gonna go like 15. 13's fine. Apply. So you really can't see it right now, but we'll get to that right now. And make it just a little bit bigger again. All right, once I do some more editing, you'll see it all come into play. So on the launcher, I don't need this item. I don't need this, don't need this, don't need this. I do need a file manager. So I'll add Nemo and then the terminal. All right, and then on the taskbar, I don't want it to show the workspace name. And on the task buttons, I don't need it to be centered. I apply. All right, that's looking a little bit more like what we saw earlier. Now I'm gonna go to the clock, do some changes with the clock. I don't need the date to show, so I'll go ahead and move that. And this command that I'm putting on the right click command is gonna be to open up this menu to edit the Tint2 panel. Then I want the time down here in the corner to show differently. So once I click on apply, you see now it says, you know, the time and with the PM. All right, so now I'm gonna go to panel items and I'm gonna add a separator all the way to the bottom, and I'm gonna just make it blank or empty. That way this is not squished all the way to the end. All right, see how I moved it up a little bit? And I'm gonna go and add another separator. And this one I'm gonna put between the clock and the system tray. So that's separator 1, and I want it to be blank. All right, now I'm gonna add another separator. That's gonna go all the way to the top. And then I'm gonna add a button, put that all the way on the top. All right, so the button, I am gonna use an icon for the button. So right here for the left click command, it's gonna be the XFCE 4 pop up whisker menu. So that's the command that's gonna open up the menu. And the icon, let me just look for orb icon. Let's see, is this one transparent? It is not. How about this one? Okay, this one might do the trick. I'll just name this one, but it's a web P. You know what? I can edit it with again. Alrighty, I'm just gonna file, open. Now open this. Now I'm just gonna make it a tight fit. So I'm just gonna get to all the edges, give it a tight fit. All right, I'm happy with that, and I'm gonna export it. Export as, I'm gonna call it menu0.png. And that should give me just what I need. All right, now let me add that to the as the icon and see how that works. All right, much better. I like that a whole lot better. So this one separator has dots, but I want it to be empty. All right, so that made it disappear. All right, so that's a lot of the editing right there. So these right here, I just want to remove the borders and the corner radius. Click on apply. Let me go to my active task. And I do want that one to have a border, but I don't want it to have any corner radius. And I only want the border on the bottom. All right, so that's how that looks now. Okay, now while I'm still in the backgrounds, let's change the color of the panel. So I'll just edit this, give it a more grayish look. I could go a little bit darker than that. All right, I'm happy with that. And I am going to put one more separator because I don't want the panel buttons so close to the edge right here too. So let me go to separator, like that, and take it all the way to the top. And I do want it to be empty. Click on apply. Okay, now it pushed it in a little. The clock is pushed in a little. And I think that's pretty much everything I need to do with this. So I can close this on GIMP. Close my pictures folder, close that, close that. All right, it's almost all fully set up. Now all I want to do is just change the desktop background. All right, so I'm going to add my walls folder. So go to user share backgrounds. And then here, there's a folder called walls. I opened it up. And now I can select the background that I want. And I think I had that black windows in the preview, which is that one right there. And that's it. So let's get some themes going. Let's just add some. So right here, you could just add whatever themes you want to add. I'm just going to download a few of them until I find the one that satisfy my needs. So orcish dark, dark. I think I'm good with that. All right, now I'll go to the themes, my buttons. I'll change that to orcish dark. That looks good. The folders are fine with the gray. That'll work. I'll change it to the white glass. All right. So a few things that we need still is to have our a volume rocker and a network manager in our panel. So for that, what do I need to do? I need to open up my settings. And then I can go to startup applications. But let me make sure I got volumeicon installed. So let's see. I just type volume icon. It's none found, so I'll just type install volume icon and pavucontrol. Password. It'll install those real quick. And then I'll just type nm applet. Okay, nm applet, it's not found. All right, so that did put the volume right here. So now I can change it, turn it up, turn it down with the mouse, and I can even add some key bindings to it. But as soon as I close this, it's going to shut down again. All right, that's fine. So right here, I want to add all the applications that I just added to here. So the first one's going to be the XFCE 4 panel. I'm just going to copy that. And that's going to be the command, add. Then I'm going to add a Tint2. And I'll just retype Tint2. And add. Now I'm going to add a volumeicon. Double it up. And I'm going to delay this one by 5 seconds. And I think I need to add nm applet. So it'll show the internet connections. So nm applet is the last one I added. So maybe I got that spelled wrong. Let's see, nm bed. These are results for NM applet. Search instead for NM applet. Okay, I was spelling it wrong. Good to know. So I'll just edit that. Add it there. Add it there. Save. And now I'll run it. And there you go. Now it opens up our network connections. All right. So now all these items are scheduled to start whenever the system starts. So you can see I put them all in startup applications. And let me see. Do I want to edit the panel just a little bit more? Let's do that. And on the backgrounds for the panel again, I think I need to give it a bigger border. So now it gives it the more of that floating effect. All right, and you know what? Let me change the color again. Give it just a little bit more darkness. All right, that'll work for me. So it's not exactly identical because the only thing different is the orb right here that I use for this one than from what I showed you in the beginning. But this is pretty much the Cinnamon desktop set up the way I like it. So I got my system manager right here, my system settings to open up with the whisker menu, and I even got my power session. But I don't like the theme that it's showing right there. So let me go ahead and change that again. So on the themes, I'm gonna go, which is the Orchis Dark, right? And that should change that theme. All right, that looks much better. So one thing I want to do is tweak on the menu applications again. So to do that, I think I'm gonna have to, let me put the panel on top real quick. Maybe it's getting in the way. Yep. So here's my panel preferences, items, whisker menu, and I am gonna tweak it just a little bit. And on the size, I am gonna put it at 350. Okay, and I can move that back down to the bottom. All right, so now the menu is a little bit thinner. I don't like it to be all thick and, it's just, all right, so there you have it. It's one cool way to customize your Cinnamon desktop. And I am using the Tint2 panel, the XFCE 4 whisker menu, and gives you all the same functions that you can use with Cinnamon. You still open up your Cinnamon settings, you get to doing that. You can shut down using the Cinnamon shutdown menu. Yep, and it's all set up. All right, hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you like what you just saw, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like what you just saw, give it a thumbs down. It's all fair game on LinuxHub Forum. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for this quick tutorial, and I'm out.